What most niggas don't understand is that aura is what makes the world go round. Aura is an invisible energy source that runs on momentum. It only comes to you if you're truly in a flow state. And here's how you know someone actually has it. So, for example, people will talk about them behind their back. They'll look at them like they're kind of crazy. They'll make fun of him, or a lot of times they'll look at him like he's like autistic or something like that, when he's just more aware and more conscious than everyone else. And that's the tell. If nobody's talking about you, if you're just a normal human being, then you simply don't have aura. Like, I'm fucking crazy. You want people to literally think that you are fucking crazy and that you have no idea what you're doing and that you're a loose cannon. That is exactly what you want. And the thing is that most men lose their aura in their mid-20s, if they ever had it to begin with, because most people don't. But what really kills most guys' aura is their mindset shift from living their life and having fun to just being stable and responsible. I'm just going to be honest, most drug addicts have more aura than wages that go to work every day and think they're super good, they're super holy just because they're responsible. In my opinion, being stable and responsible is the laziest, easiest thing a human can do. You can just close your eyes and sleepwalk through your entire life and end up stable and responsible. All you have to do is show up, you follow instructions, and you don't actively destroy yourself. And that's not discipline or character. That is just the floor. That is the bare minimum. And the problem is, somewhere along the way, someone convinced you that the floor is the goal. That if you're not a drug addict, if you're paying your bills, if your boss hasn't fired you, that you're actually doing well for yourself. And in my opinion, that's an insanely low level of consciousness to be operating at. And the worst part is that most guys numb themselves just enough to be comfortable with it. A little weed after work, a little liquor, just enough to take that edge off, just a little bit, to take that weight off, because you know deep inside your mind that you're not actually alive. You're just existing on someone else's schedule, taking orders from another man. You're literally just his little bitch. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to aura max, and more importantly, what actually kills your aura. But anyways, I'm going to start with how to aura max. So the number one thing to do to aura max is to quit your job or only use it to fund something else. This is extremely important. Do not ever let your boss disrespect you, and make sure that he knows that he doesn't actually have any real power over you. The mindset is that you are the boss and you are subcontracting your labor to the company. When it doesn't work for you or you no longer need them, you have to quit. And if you do not do this, this will kill your confidence as a man. Your internal organs, everything inside you will know that you are a pathetic beta male that gives all your time away to make another man rich. And you cannot do that. Use it as a tool. It is not your life, okay? And now another way to aura max is do not date or give any romantic attention to girls that aren't completely infatuated by you. If they are not really into you, do not give them time. If you've ever dated a girl that was really into you, you know it for a fact. And once you feel that, you can't settle for anything else. You can't chase a girl. There are millions, if you're decent, if you're half decent as a man, there are millions and millions and millions of girls around the world that want you to impregnate them. They want their kids to look like you. Now, if that's the case, then why would you give any attention to a girl that doesn't feel that way? Or at least romantic attention. You could be friends and be friendly with girls. That's kind of crazy not to say. But the next point is you have to sleep as much as you can. Sleeping is how you recover, how you feel good. It's how you stay young. year after year after year. It prevents you from burnout. You have to sleep as much as you can. If you have to go to bed early, you have to go to bed early. Unfortunately, it sucks, but do what you can to get as much sleep as possible, and then you can be creative. The next point is to start an online business. Invest all your disposable income into it and keep on trying and trying and trying until it works. At some point, if you keep trying at this, failure will be almost impossible. But the problem is, which I'm in this phase right now, you have to just keep on failing for a while. Keep on failing, and you're going to get discouraged. No motivation is going to keep pushing you through this. You just have to keep doing it. You have to learn from people that are doing it better than you, and you have to implement their ideas with your creativity. I'm not sure what this is to you or what your online business might be. However, you have to start, and you have to start now, because you're going to fail over and over and over again. So get on this. Another way to Auramaxx is you have to be fun and talk to random people in public. Just don't take yourself too seriously, dude. Just be cool. Just be cool. You could sing in public to yourself quietly, not loud, of course, but I don't know. It's something that I like doing that I can tell gives me aura. And what it basically does is it shows that you're confident in yourself and you're not really worried about what other people think about you. And to be honest, if you look pretty good and you have aura, it doesn't matter what people think about you. They're either going to be jealous of you or they're going to look up to you. There's no other way about it. And I say to talk to random people, but be very careful that you do not start hag-maxing. I mean, you ever meet that old guy? You know, he's super sweet, he's old, but he doesn't shut the fuck up. He doesn't know how to stop talking. He doesn't know how to stop telling stories. He doesn't have a lot of consciousness. He doesn't know how to read the room. Do not be this guy. You have short conversations with people. If it's nothing interesting, stop. Read the room. Do not be chronically autistic and talk to people about weird hobbies that you have that no one gives a fuck about. If you have any form of social consciousness whatsoever, this won't happen to you. But I know a lot of you brothers took vaccines and eat a lot of junk food. So you're a little autistic, and I understand, bro. It's all good. We'll build aura together. The next point is to be especially patient and polite with service workers, elderly, and children. Now, guys, this is insanely important. You know, I get annoyed with boomers myself a lot, and I'll talk shit on boomers, but you just have to meet them where they're at and understand that they're old. They're not really functioning properly. They're probably in a lot of pain. You just kind of got to humor them. And a lot of times, you know, these older people, they don't have kids or their kids don't talk to them. And if you're a younger guy like myself, they're going to look at you as like a son or grandson type figure. And they're old. They don't have a lot of time left. They're in pain. Just try to, within reason, just try to make them happy and make everything smooth and easy on them. And for children, I know children are annoying, but children are also the future. And I feel like children have an energy source that us adults don't have as much of. I mean, I would say children have aura. Children typically have aura unless they are just full of vaccines and junk food. They have aura. Even when they're annoying, they don't really understand like what's going on. They have an energy source that we cannot understand. And as I get older and more sober and have more aura, I feel like I almost connect with children in a way because they're just present and they're always there and they're just awesome. They're just awesome. I don't know what it is. I can't really explain to it, but be good to children. They are the future. And the next point is to voice your opinions publicly, no matter who you're around, but make sure you're polite and cool about it. Like, I'm going to be honest, I have, controversial takes on politics and social issues and things along those lines, and I'm very vocal about it. But I'm extremely polite as well. I'm not going to come at people and disrespect people as long as they're being kind and cordial about their beliefs, even if we disagree with them. And the next point is do not get angry at minuscule things. I mean, you ever drive and you have some psychopath that is constantly honking and getting so frustrated over everything, or let's say you work with a guy and this guy fucking just complains all the time, and it's just horrible to be around. The energy is horrible. It's because these people are, in a way, just projecting. They don't have control over anything in their personal life. They probably live a lifestyle that they hate, but they don't feel any control over it. So they project their anger onto other people and other things that are small and don't really even matter that much in the first place. The next point is do hill sprints, work out at home, and cancel your gym membership. You need to get an athletic, functional physique. You do not want to bulk max and be a loser bodybuilder that's filled with artificial sweeteners and seed oils, bro. This comes into the next point. Eat meat and milk from the butcher shop. Eat fucking sugar. Eat pies. Eat food like that. People are so afraid of sugar, and it's always very unhealthy, people, in my opinion. They're always afraid of sugar and fat. But people have been eating sugar for hundreds of years and have been perfectly healthy. It's all this artificial bullshit in our diet that ruins our health. If you're eating cane sugar, fruit, fatty cuts of meat, milk, preferably raw, it's not going to do anything but make your life better. You'll be happier. You'll be healthier. Everything is upward from there. Alrighty, so I've taught you guys how to maximize your aura. Now I'm going to tell you how to lose it. And I'm going to be repeating myself a lot here, but you want to be very intentional here that you do not end up doing these things, because they will destroy your aura whether you know it or not. The number one way to lose your aura is to pre-sell all your time and labor to a corporation for quote unquote security, trading your autonomy for a salary, calling it responsible. It's just ridiculous, bro. Jobs aren't real nowadays. I personally think the word job should be a cuss word. Only work a job if you need to, and always have the goal of getting out of that job as soon as possible. Okay, guys, you got to get out as soon as possible. And the next point in losing your aura, very important again, eating junk food and taking vaccines. And you look around America today, and I think the main reason why most people are so fucked up and look so weird and are generally, honestly, so ugly is because they're like cattle. They're shot up with all this junk food, these vaccines. A lot of them actively avoid the sun, or they just sit inside all day and they're completely sedentary. I think junk food and vaccines are pushed so heavily because they just completely numb out our spirit as human beings, and in other words, they destroy our aura. So another thing you don't want to do is be rude or impatient with vulnerable people. If you've ever been out in public with someone and they're rude to an old man or have a shitty attitude towards a child or a server, it tells you a lot about them. It tells you that if they're in a situation where they feel power over someone, they will take advantage of it. And these aren't people you want to be around. You want to stay away from these people no matter what. And now another really important one, listening to mainstream rap music, let alone rap music in general. Honestly, I think rap music is just an absolute cancer of a genre of music. I think it encourages horrible behavior from people of every race and ethnicity around the world. And I used to listen to a lot of rap music, and I did notice that my vibration and energy and consciousness was extremely low. It does something to you where you just want to indulge in cheap pleasures. Drug use and alcohol use is very encouraged here. And just numbing yourself out, hollowing yourself out, becoming a joke of a human being in general, and committing crimes and, acting like doctors or engineers and things along those lines. Guys, you do not want to listen to rap music. I know a lot of pop music and rock music is negative as well, but it's not nearly as bad as the rap music. And like I said, there is some rap music that is good that I enjoy, but for the most part, about 85% of rap music is hot fucking garbage. The next thing you don't want to do is you do not want to go to the gym and become a bodybuilder and bulk max, eat chicken and rice, be afraid of high fat food, be afraid of sugar, and eat sucralose and artificial sweeteners instead. And this just destroys people's aesthetics and is so unhealthy. Your body will be so inflamed, full of soybean oil and artificial sweeteners, that your skin will look like shit. You'll feel like shit. You'll be tired and sluggish all the time, and you'll be fat and overweight. And you do not want to be fat and overweight as a man. You feel like such shit. I mean, it's not worth it, man. The next thing you really don't want to do is, now this is controversial, you don't want to take advice from your parents and elders. You should listen to them and, humor them a little bit, but you got to understand that they lived in a completely different world, and their advice doesn't make any sense for you. It'll just keep you a stable, bored human being, and it doesn't do much for you. I mean, I know everything in my life has gotten so much better as soon as I just stopped regarding what my parents and elders have to give me for advice. If someone is not living or hasn't lived the life that you don't want to live, guys, don't take advice from them. Take the good and the bad from your elders. There's a lot of good they have to offer, but usually when it comes to advice, when it comes to dating advice, when it comes to job advice and things like that, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And the next point is to consume constantly and create nothing. And this is how most people live that work jobs. Their brain is so fried. They have what I call goy brain, where they work so much, they spend so much time trying to keep their boss happy, so much time preparing and getting ready for work, that they can't do anything but consume content. There's no creative energy in them anymore. All their good energy is taken away by their boss, and it's horrible. I mean, you see people like this all the time. They're typically obsessed with sports and TV and YouTubers and things along these lines, guys. It's okay to consume content, but you have to be creating as well. To feel whole as a man, you have to create. And the last point kind of goes back into what I said about rap music, is using drugs and alcohol to take the edge off on a regular basis. Now, honestly, I don't think like weed or nicotine or alcohol is that bad, as long as it's used very sparingly, more as like a celebration rather than something to take the edge off so you can tolerate a life that you don't actually want to be living. It just kind of hollows you out and makes you numb, similar to rap music and consuming content. All these things all come together, and they're kind of all the same when you think of it, guys. And that's all I have in the video today. I've been rambling for way too damn long. But anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I got more videos coming like this. And to my 5 subscribers, I love you all.